If you spend some time on Freezerburns, then you might stave off the stomach churns. Greg's the frozen food master, he's best bud to your taste buds.
Hi, welcome to Freezerburns. I'm your host Greg, the frozen food master, and you're joining me as I eat my way through the freezer aisle one box at a time. Today, I'm reviewing this limited edition Lean Pockets 3 cheese tomato melt. $3 for this box of 2 sandwiches. Now I know Lean Pockets, the Hot Pockets, they call them sandwiches. I don't quite think they're really sandwiches, but whatever. We'll give them a pass on that. Lean Pockets. I don't have a problem with Lean Pockets, actually. In fact, I think Lean Pockets taste just as good or just as satisfying as Hot Pockets. So when given a choice, I always go with the Lean Pocket variety over the Hot Pocket variety. It tends to be a little less sodium, a little less fat. Limited edition Lean Pockets or limited edition Hot Pockets, I kind of dig, but I've had mixed results. Now, as you remember, how could you forget the amazing spicy Hawaiian limited edition Hot Pocket? I still have dreams of it. My mouth just, like all the salivary glands in my mouth just started like firing in like crazy rapid succession when I started talking about that and imagining that taste. This is limited edition Lean Pocket, and what do we got going on here? Tomatoes, low-fat mozzarella, reduced fat cheddar, and provolone cheeses with a creamy sauce and a seasoned crust. Now I think it's really interesting that it's low-fat mozzarella but reduced fat cheddar and provolone cheeses. Those are your 3 cheeses: mozzarella, cheddar, and provolone. And I'm not quite sure what this really is, like tomato melt. The first thing that came to my mind, I don't quite understand this little graphic here on the box, but the first thing that came to mind was, man, that could be like grilled cheese and tomato soup all mixed into one. But I'm not sure. There are bits of tomato in here, so it's not really a tomato sauce. It's more like tomato chunks. Anyway, we're gonna find out after I get this baby in the microwave. When I come back, I'll tell you how it looks, how it smells, and I'll get this Lean Pocket down deep into my belly. Okay, I've taken this limited edition Lean Pocket out of the microwave. I cooked it for 2 minutes in the crisping sleeve. Here's how it looks. As you can see, lots of cheese splooging out the sides. That's a technical term, ladies and gentlemen, splooge. Splooging out the side, and what that tells me is that's a good thing. It's a good thing because there's a lot of cheese to be had, which means there's enough to force out the side of it. And the second thing is it means it got vented. Now, need I remind you of some of the other things that I've reviewed where there is no splooging going on there, and then I bite into it and guess what? It's a hot mess inside because there's no place for the fumes, no place for the heat to escape. So I'm kind of excited, and actually excited is not the right term. I'm more grateful that we had kind of a structural breach on the side. In terms of a smell, I don't pick up much. I don't pick up, I pick up generic cheese smell, if you will, but mostly I pick up the crust, this Lean Pocket exterior, more than the cheese. Let's get right down to brass tacks. Let's see how this tastes. You know, I'm not quite sure what they're going at, or going for, with this 3 cheese tomato melt. It's got cheese, and maybe for someone with a very sophisticated, experienced palate, you can pick up all 3 of the cheeses. For me, not so experienced, or maybe it's just I've burned my palate so much that I can't even like distinguish anymore. I've picked up distinct cheddar, and the consistency as I pulled that cheese, off that bite was distinctly mozzarella. The provolone, kind of gets lost in the mix. But here's the thing, and I feel like I have like a piece of cheese or something. Here's the thing. It's not like you have this great like piece of sliced tomato with cheese melted on there and you got this nice breading and all that stuff. This tastes like just a cheese Lean Pocket that when the cheese got mixed in, there was just like a little bit of tomato sauce like left over. There is like a hint, a smidge of tomato taste. Not enough to even call this 3 cheese tomato melt. It's more like 3 cheese melt with an essence of tomato. Given all of that, I give this limited edition lean pocket 3 cheese tomato melt 2.5 star out of 5 star rating. Question of the day: what do you like to melt cheese on? My wife always tells me that all I need is 2 pieces of bread, some cheese, and some protein, and I can put it all together and make a meal, and that is absolutely correct. What do you like to melt cheese on? Leave that in the comment section. As always, I'm your host Greg, the Frozen Food Master. This has been another review of Freezerburns. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.